Hi, happy Thursday. For today's art challenge, we are going to be illustrating colors. So before we start, you'll need to gather a piece of paper and then something to draw with and something to color with. So for my drawing tools, I picked a pencil, and then I love to go over my lines in a Sharpie, so I decided to get a Sharpie too. That's completely optional and up to you and your parents. And then I also picked out some markers and colored pencils to add color. You can use crayons, you can use markers, whatever you have on hand. So this can be found on the Hanover County website along with the art resources, but we're looking at some cave art, which if you've been in my art class in kindergarten, you will be familiar with that. And cave art is the earliest known use of paint. So when people started painting in the caves, you probably remember they only had about 5 colors, and now we have more colors than we can count. So this project is going to focus on illustrating a color as if it were literal. So that means that we're not just drawing what the color looks like itself, but we're using our imaginations and thinking about, what does outer space really look like? Would it have planets in it? Would wilderness have a giraffe and grass and other kinds of animals? I actually have a paint in my house that's called Bakery Box, and it's just white. But what if I illustrated what Bakery Box looked like? I even have some fun names on my colored pencils. I've got Cool Gray, Lemon Yellow, Pink Rose. So if you're looking at your own drawing utensils, like if you have crayons or markers, you can read those colors and maybe even illustrate one of those as if they were literal. So I'm going to show you next what I created with this drawing. So I picked cotton candy from the list, and the way that I decided to illustrate it was I drew a bunch of cotton candy and then made the background in cotton candy colors. So the cool thing about this is that you could do cotton candy, pick the same idea as me, but draw it in a totally different way. So try to think to yourself right now, what's another way that you could have tackled this same concept? If you picked cotton candy, how would you do it? All right, and if you don't want to pick cotton candy, that's fine. You can pick from the list of colors. You can create your own color name. You can look around your house for inspiration for color names. And I just want to show you a little trick, depending on how many art supplies you have at home. If you don't have very many colors, or even if you do, if you're using colored pencils or crayons, this is something neat that you can try. So I'm just gonna press down super hard with the pencil, and then if I let up on my pressure so I'm not pressing down quite as hard, look how much lighter of a color I can get. You can do that with crayons and with colored pencils. You can't really do that with markers, so if you choose to use markers, you'll just color in solid. I hope you'll try this creativity challenge. If you end up creating a color, send it to me and I will post it to the Cool Spring Instagram stories.